Butterfly Woman made left 2 verses to look up about the yoke, and I like these. This was the one I was thinking about here in Deuteronomy 28 and 48. I just can't remember how it was worded. Um, Thou shalt serve thy enemies, whom the Lord will send upon thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put an iron yoke upon thy neck until he consumes thee. And again, I just like to point out Deuteronomy 28 that every last one of these verses in this chapter are telling you all this will happen to you in your land. Not you will be taken and put in someone else's land and this stuff will come upon you. No, this will happen to you in your land. Okay? Because to me, Deuteronomy 28 confirms that what we were taught with slavery and all that was was a portion of this that's been put upon us, because it said a lot of this stuff is upon us until the end. And how do you remove these curses? You go back to the Creator. If you don't want to go back to the Creator, if you don't want to observe His laws, His commandments, His statutes, then these curses will stay upon you because you're in that land. So let's pause here. Jeremiah 28 and 14. For thus shall the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations to serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him. Moreover, also I have given him the beast of the earth. Now, isn't that interesting? Because when I read that verse, I think about the Congo, right? Because don't they say like there's 188 miles of the Congo that haven't been explored, that it's a bunch of swamps, and this is where the people of the Congo tell you that there are triceratops still in that swamp, and they don't want to even go in there and hunt. I don't know why, but and then, well, of course, there was those Babylonian statues that are up there in that desert part of the Sierra. But all right, getting back to Psalms. As a neighbor and as an own brother, so did I please. As one mourning and sorrowful, so I was humbled. But they rejoiced against me and came together. Scourges were gathered together upon me, and I knew not. They were separated and repented not. They tempted me. They scoffed at me with scorn. They gashed upon me with their teeth. See, now I want to know, where did this take place? Because there's like something missing. That David's being physically assaulted, and I want to know when did this happen? Who was the enemies that did this to him? Okay, um, because you can tell this is not Jesus. Like all this stuff's going on, and he says, the gad was the scourges that took place upon him, and he knew not. It seemed like Jesus was pretty aware that he was getting beat up. He's getting bit by these people. Let's see here. Lord, When wilt thou look upon me? Rescue thou my soul from their malice, my only one from the lions. I, I, I will give thanks to thee in a great church, which we know that's not right, right? Because the word church goes back to Kirk, where Kirk goes back to a female goddess of the Celts who would lure people, men and women, into her temple with her mystical song, and while they were alive, she would feed on them until they died, right? So we know it's not church. That's not what the Creator does. We'll say it's a great place, right? I will praise thee in a strong people. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, who have hated me without cause and winked with the eyes. Now, this part right here, winked with the eyes, is gonna lead you to Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16 and verse 30. And I think it has to do with lawyers. All right. I'm not going to try it because every time I try to look this up, it cuts off the video. This is like my fourth time trying to record this. So let's see if I can just get to the end. For they have spoken indeed peace, peace, peaceably to me, and spoken in the anger of the earth. They devise guile, and they open their mouth wide against me. They say, well done, well done. Our eyes have seen it. Uh, Thou hast seen, O Lord, be not thou silent. A Lord, depart not from me. O Lord, depart not from me. Arise and be, hold on. To my judgment, to my cause, my God and my Lord, judge me, O my, O my God, according to thy justice, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, it is well to our mind, neither let them say, we have swallowed him up. Let them let them blush and be ashamed together, who rejoice at my evils. Let them be clouded with confusion and shame, who speak great things against me. Let them rejoice and be glad, who are well pleased with my justice. And let them say always, the Lord be magnified, who delights in the peace of his servant. And my tongue shall meditate thy justice, thy praise all the day long. Now, I mean, those last few verses, like around, I don't know, 21, yeah, 21 on down. Those are good verses to pray every day, right? Especially when you know you have people that are purposely going about their way to try to tear you down, to tear down your work when you're at work, to try to make you look bad when you know that you're busting your butt, but they're over there acting lazy and they're putting all the work on you. This is the kind of verses I think are good for that. Even family members that are trying to tear you down, you know. This is good verses for that. Now let me see if I can do this and it won't shut off. Oh, gonna shut off. Here we go. He who winks his eyes does so to devise perverse things. He who compresses his lips brings evil to pass. Now, there was another verse that the translation was simpler than that, because it's seriously, I thought this sounds like a lawyer, the way the verse was set up. But I'm not going to press this effort too far because I don't want it to shut off. Actually, let me finish this. So we'll pick back up on another one. Guys, I have something that's going to blow your mind, I think. The word more, Moor. I found a meaning for it that I have not seen anybody else bring up, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's what's behind this, some of this more stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, the clue to it, if you want to go and start looking into it, it's connected to Asia.